Hi students, today we'll discuss movements in plant. As this chapter belongs to TY B.Sc Botany, this is exclusively one chapter based on movements in plants. You know well, plants are generally considered as a sessile organism because they remain fixed at one place throughout their life. Unlike animals, they do not possess any muscles or locomotory organ. And that's why they exhibit a wide variety of movements in response to internal and external stimuli. Directional growth movement in response to an external stimuli. So the direction of movement depends upon the direction of the stimulus. What are their characteristic features? They are permanent, growth dependent, and it is completely controlled by the auxins, and they are very slow. So types of tropic movements are again different types. The first one is phototropism. So movement in response to the light. Then the mechanism of this movement in response to the light. So light falls from one side, auxin move to the shaded side, cells on shaded side elongate faster and shoot bends toward the light. And the best example that is sunflower seedling or coleoptile of oats. So they are having again two types, positive phototropism and negative phototropism. In positive phototropism, shoots grow toward the light, and negative phototropism, roots grow away from the light. Then second type, geotropism. So this geotropism is also called as gravitropism. So movement in response to the gravity. They are again having some types. Positive geotropism, roots grow downwards. Negative geotropism, shoots grow upwards. So what type of mechanism observed in this type? So as far as mechanism is concerned, so statolith, so amyloplasts which are present, they settle due to gravity and influence auxin distribution. So this is the mechanism in it. The third type is hydrotropism. So movement in response to the water. Root grows towards moist soil. Why? Because availability of water is there. As far as importance is concerned, it is efficient in water absorption and survival during the drought. The fourth type, that is thigmotropism. So movement in response to the touch. And the best example, pea tendrils. All these are different examples. And as far as mechanism is concerned, so touch causes unequal growth on opposite sides of tendrils, resulting in coiling. The fifth type is chemotropism. So movement in response to the chemicals. As far as example is concerned, growth of pollen tube towards the ovule due to chemical attractants. As far as importance is concerned, so this movement is useful for fertilization as well as seed formation. The second type, that is Nastic movement. As far as the definition of Nastic movement is concerned, so movements that do not depend upon the direction of stimulus, the response depend only upon stimulus intensity. That is called as Nastic movement. And it is usually reversible. As far as characteristic features of this Nastic movement is concerned, they are non-directional, usually growth independent due to turgor pressure, and they are very rapid. As far as types of Nastic movements are concerned, so these Nastic movements are of again different types. The first one is photonastic. So here movement caused by the light intensity, and the examples are portulaca flowers open in sunlight. Then dandelion flowers close in the darkness. The second type, that is nyctinastic. So it is also called as sleep movements. So leaves fold during night and reopen during the daytime. And the example that is tamarind, bean, albizia, all these are very popular examples of Nyctinasty. The third type is thermonasty. So movement due to temperature changes. Example, tulip, crocus, all these are the best example. Flowers open in warm weather and close in the cold conditions. So this type of condition occurs in the thermonasty. Second one, fourth type is thigmonasty. It is also called as seismonasty. So in this type, movement caused by the mechanical shock or touch. And the best example, that is Mimosa pudica. Barberries stamens also we can observe this seismonasty. So here, what type of mechanism is observed? So rapid loss of turgor pressure in pulvinous cells, and due to which this type of movement is occurred. And the next type, that is autonomous movement or autonomic movement. So here what happens? Movements that occur without any external stimulus. So these movements are internally regulated. So they are also having some types, that is nutation. So in nutation, growing stem tip moves in circular or spiral pattern, and their importance helps in the plant locate support. Then the next type, that is circumnutation. So regular circular movement shows by climbing plants, and the examples are bean, morning glory, and cucumber. So all these are the different types of plant movement. As far as classification based on growth is concerned, so growth dependent movement and growth independent movements. So in growth dependent movements, movement of plants occur because cells grow, and the characteristic features, that is they are permanent, slow growth, and controlled by the hormones. Examples, phototropism, geotropism, and hydrotropism. As far as second type, that is growth independent movements. So here what happen? Movement occur due to changes in the turgor pressure, and the characteristics are they are very fast, reversible, and no increase in the cell size. And the best examples observed in the Mimosa pudica, Venus flytrap, opening and closing of stomata. The seventh type, that is mechanism of plant movement, how this plant movement is occurred. So as far as a differential growth is concerned, it occurs due to unequal cell elongation, and the examples are phototropism, auxine accumulation on shaded side resulting in greater elongation. The second type, turgor pressure changes. So water moves in or out of the cell. So cell become turgid and flaccid, and they are responsible for mimosa leaf folding and opening and closing of stomata. Venus flytrap closure also observed due to this. The eighth one, that is role of plant hormones. How hormones are helpful for the movement. As far as auxines are concerned, or the function of auxine or the role of auxine in as a plant hormone in the plant movement, it helps in cell elongation, phototropism, geotropism, and apical dominance. The second growth regulator, that is gibberellins, it helps in the cell elongation, cell expansion, and seed germination. As far as cytokinin is concerned, cytokinin helps in cell division, delay in leaf senescence, and it promotes the cell shoot development. Abscisic acid is concerned, abscisic acid closes the stomata, it is drought resistant, and it helps in seed dormancy. As far as functions of ethylines are concerned, so it helps in fruit ripening, leaf abscission, bending responses observed, as well as senescence also. So the physiological basis of plant movements are concerned. So the plant movements depend upon hormone concentrations, cell elongation, water potential, turgor pressure, ion movements, environmental stimulus. So, as far as difference of tropic and nastic movements are concerned, so the direction of tropical movements depends on stimulus, wherein nastic movements independent on stimulus direction. As far as nature of tropic movements are concerned, they helps in growth movement as well as nastic movements are concerned, mostly they are dependent on the turgor movement. As far as speed of tropic movement and nastic movements are concerned, tropic movements are very slow, wherein nastic movements are very fast. Then tropic movements are non-reversible, wherein the nastic movements usually reversible. As far as hormonal controls are concerned, in tropic it is very high and in nastic it is very less important. The best example of tropic movement, that is phototropism, wherein nastic movements mimosa leaf folding. So as far as applications of plant movements are concerned, so we can use this concept of plant movements in greenhouse crop management, vertical farming, then precision agriculture, plant breeding, pollination studies, horticulture, then in addition to that, smart irrigation system also, we can use the knowledge of these movements in plants. So students, how you feel this chapter, plant movements? You just write your comments in the comment section. If you are not subscribed my YouTube channel, you can click subscribe button and write your comments about today's video. So here we'll stop. Thank you so much.